Welcome to another exciting edition of Bowling Showcase, the only show to bring you everything bowling in the bowling capital of the world, Metro Detroit. I'm your host, Mark Martin. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and I'm happy you took the time out of your busy holiday season to tune in and watch us. I'd like to take this time to once again thank our host center for all of our magazine episodes this season, historic Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park. So later on in the show, we'll talk with proprietor Tom Strobel about what's happening here at Thunderbolt, including the PBA World Series of Bowling coming in March of 2019. Now, it's been a busy and exciting time here in MDUSBC and right here at Bowling Showcase. We hope you've been enjoying first round action of our Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. Now, as we move into the final first round match and then on to the semifinals, we'd like to thank all the bowling centers, coaches, youth bowlers, and all the family and friends who came out to cheer on their respective teams. This year's challenge is proving to be a fun, exciting, and highly competitive series of matches. We're glad that you're continuing to enjoy these youth bowlers competing with such enthusiasm, skill, teamwork, competitiveness, and in the end, good sportsmanship. What great ambassadors for our sport. So now on with the show. Sticking with the theme of youth bowling, let's head on over to Super Bowl in Canton and take a quick look at the competition of the 2018 MDUSBC Youth Championship right now on Bowling Showcase. The MDUSBC Youth Championship was held over 5 weekends at Super Bowl in Canton. Now this tournament, it's for youth bowlers of all ages and skill levels, with various handicapped and scratch divisions for all age groups.
Okay, this is the Metro Detroit USBC Youth Championship Tournaments. We compete in doubles, singles, team, all events, also mixed doubles. Oh, we have little kids. We have some programs that still have 5-year-olds, and we go all the way up to age 20.
This event draws youth bowlers from across Metro Detroit to compete and have fun.
They come from all over the Metro Detroit area. We have kids that come from almost as far as Flint and almost as far as Monroe. And we reach out almost as far as Ann Arbor.
Some of these bowlers represent the top youth bowlers in Metro Detroit.
They're competing for championships, but they're also competing for scholarship opportunity points.
And for others, this may be their first taste of competition. Whether novice or beginner or advanced, all the participants seem to be enjoying the day doing what they love.
Kids are the future. If we don't have our kids bowling, then we have nothing. So we can't encourage our centers enough to start youth programs. If they don't start youth programs, then we don't have bowlers coming down the pike. They feed the high school programs, they also feed the collegiate programs. And from there they feed the PBA and our normal adult leagues. So you want to fill your centers, start with your youth programs.
Congratulations to all the youth bowlers who are participating in this year's tournament. As we always say, the youth are the future of our sport, and the sport of bowling looks to be in good hands. Now hopefully these youth will continue to have that lifelong love of the game and continue to compete throughout their adult lives, much like the participants of our next story, who after many years of bowling are still competing at the highest levels of our sport. So let's take a look at these seasoned bowlers, the Super Senior Masters from right here at Thunderbolt Lanes. Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park was the setting for the MDUSBC Super Senior Masters. This prestigious event features bowlers over the age of 60 battling it out for the $1,000 first prize. Ron Burgess qualified 5th with a 5-game total of 1088. In match play, he ran through the winner's bracket with wins over Dave Forfeit, 225 to 219, Walter Blackwell, 192 to 169, Vern Flowers, 236 to 183, and Mike McCleskey, 203 to 153. These wins earned his place in the final championship match. Mike McCleskey qualified second with 1170 and stayed in the winner's bracket with victories over Mike Luceni, 229 to 220, Dave Bernhardt Sr., 199 to 176, Larry Walker, 255 to 164, before being knocked into the loser's bracket by Burgess. Once in the loser's bracket, he had to beat defending champion Harry Sullins, 258 to 248, for the chance to face Burgess again for the championship. The match was about as evenly matched as any on this day, with both men trying to seize the advantage. In the end, Burgess emerged the winner with a 188 to 185 victory and claiming the Super Senior Masters title. In the special competition for non-qualifiers over the age of 70, Bill Shepke won the competition 164 to 150 over Bill Nyman to win that title. Congratulations, gentlemen. It was a great day of bowling. Congratulations to Super Senior Masters champion Ron Burgess on his impressive performance. Also, congratulations to Bill Shepke for winning the special competition for non-qualifiers over the age of 70. Now it's time to jump over to M66 Bowl in Battle Creek and see some of the best youth bowlers the state has to offer. The 2018 State Youth Masters, now on Bowling Showcase. The Michigan State Youth Masters took place November 10th and 11th at M66 Bowl in Battle Creek. This two-day event brings together some of the best Michigan youth bowlers to participate in 8 games of qualifying, followed by 2-game double elimination match play. 62 male youth bowlers and 37 female youth bowlers started the competition on Saturday. Drake Bazzi led the male qualifying with an 8-game total of 1659, an average of 207.3. On the female side, Stephanie Schalk led the way with 1555 as she headed into match play with quiet confidence. She stayed in the winner's bracket all day by beating Alexis Van Wyckhouse, 371 to 203. Then Madeline Harden, 397 to 277. Cheyenne Washington, 436 to 364. And finally, Danny DeCrute, 393 to 250, to earn her spot in the championship match. Cheyenne Washington, who qualified 5th with a total of 1431, started match play winning her first 2 matches against Sarah Galloway, 371 to 365, and Taylor McBride, 333 to 283, before losing to Schalk, 436 to 364, and dropping into the loser's bracket. Once in the loser's bracket, she rattled off wins against Carly Van Duinen, 337 to 317, Abigail Arms, 486 to 352, and finally Danny DeCrute, 393 to 333, for a chance to go against Schalk in the final championship match. In the first game, Schalk was effective as ever. Bowling with patience and precision, she took the first game in an overwhelming fashion with a blistering score of 248 to 194. With a 54-pin deficit going into the second game, it looked like the outcome of the day was already determined for Washington. Instead of conceding defeat, she hit the lanes more determined and focused than ever. She rattled off the first 5 strikes and forced Schalk to make every shot count. Washington came close to forcing a second match by beating Schalk in his second game 221 to 204, but it was not enough to beat Schalk's 2-game pin count, and Stephanie Schalk won the match with a score of 452 to 415 and the title of Michigan State Youth Masters champion. top male qualifier Drake Bazzi continued in top form as he entered match play by first beating Joseph DeVita 334 to 240, then beating Keith Edgerton 425 to 417, earning a third round bye. In the fourth round of match play, Bazzi was beat in a nail-biting seesaw battle with David Schauberg, who ultimately won the match 355 to 353 and sent Bazzi into the loser's bracket. In the loser's bracket, Bazzi was determined to fight his way through and earn his place in the championship match. First beating Jeff Lazewski 419 to 333, then Brendan Gossman 361 to 323, and finally avenging the earlier loss by beating David Schauberg 367 to 331, earning his spot in the championship final match. James Roof, who was last year's runner-up, struggled a little in qualifying, but ended up making the cut, earning the 14th spot with an 8-game total of 1522. Entering match play in his home bowling center, he was determined to get back in form and make a run for the title. He rattled off consistent wins over Logan Hoffmeister 406 to 396, Cameron Klein 381 to 346, Brendan Gossman 386 to 368, and finally David Schauberg 358 to 355 to earn his place in the championship match. It was a tight match, but James Roof came out ahead by beating Drake Bazzi 394 to 367 to earn the Michigan State Youth Masters title. Congratulations to State Youth Masters champions Stephanie Schalk and James Roof. We'll be looking forward to following your future bowling endeavors. Now, we have to take a small little commercial break, but stick around. There's a lot more bowling action coming up next on Bowling Showcase.
Won a lot of professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
The hug pickup, the home run swing, the drum major high step, the genuine joy, the unforgettable party, the food, the friends, the original social network. No matter who you are, it's always a great time. Grab your family, find a friend, and go bowling.
Okay, I'm here with Tom Strobel, the proprietor at Thunderbolt Lanes. Tom, the Christmas season, thanks for joining us. What kind of things you got going on?
Well, one of the big things we have, Mark, is we've got a tournament during the holidays called the Jingle Bell Rock. And it's something that our general manager, Vicki Ingham, has been hosting for probably the last 10 years, but there'll be several squads. It's a trio event, and there's a $1,500 first prize. You can bowl as many times as you want, and it can be any combination of three. So we invite everybody to come and join us for that.
But the most important thing you've got coming is what?
Well, in March of 2019, we have the World Series of Bowling coming. It's the PBA's premier event for the season. They start on January 1, so we're going to have it and host it from March 10 to March 21st. This is their 10th anniversary, and we hosted the first one here 10 years ago. So it's a homecoming, if you will.
That's great. And so in that, there's 3 events leading up to the World Championship. So tell me a little bit about how that works.
Well, there's 3 events that they'll compete in on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of the first week of the competition. And we'll have they'll have 2 blocks of 5 games each. And they'll bowl at 12:30 and 6:30 every day for 3 days. And then out of the total of those 3 events, they'll take 25% of the top bowlers, and they'll be seeded into the World Championship event. And then on Friday, they'll have a further 2-game cashier event, and then they'll go into match play after that.
Okay.
A live TV show for all 3 of what we call the animal pattern events, and that's generally at 8 o'clock at night. It's a 2-hour show. And
Live on Fox.
Live on Fox. Then they'll have a World Championship live on Fox, and then they'll have a tournament that they'll take the top U.S. players and the top world players, because we're going to have probably, I'm guessing, 20 to 25 countries here. It's going to be an international event.
We're going to get the best of the best from the entire world here
Entire
at Thunderbowl.
world, yeah. They'll be here at Thunderbowl. And so the prize fund is the biggest that they're offering, because they're going to pay prizes for all 3 of those animal patterns I talked about, and the World Championship, and the U.S. versus the world. Right, so there'll be prizes across the board on that.
So how can our viewers get involved? You got pro-ams, right?
We have pro-ams. We have a pro-am on March 10th.
Right at the beginning of this competition.
Yes, and that pro-am is going to be at 6 o'clock at night. We're trying to make it so it is comfortable for everybody. But we're having a pro-am on that day, and we'll be using all 54 lanes in the main for that pro-am. We should have somewhere between 27 and 54 pros that will be here signing autographs and take pictures with, and they'll be bowling, giving instructions. And then on the 17th, we have another pro-am. It's a Sunday, and that one's going to be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's the same format. And what we're giving away is, for the adult winner, it's a bowling ball and 2 tickets to the any of the TV finals.
Right.
And then for the youth, we've got a beautiful miniature bowling ball with Jason Belmonte, E.J. Tackett, and our friend the Swede. Help me out here.
Jesper Svensson.
Svensson, yeah, Jesper Svensson. And they're all on this bowling ball, and we're going to give that out, plus the 2 tickets for the finals.
So sounds like you got a ton of great events coming up in March. The World Series of Bowling, the 10-year anniversary. You've hosted 14 different events, PBA events here in the last 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
You know, you've done a great job. You're a big supporter of the PBA. PBA really appreciates that, I'm sure. And it's great that they're coming back here to celebrate that 10-year anniversary. Well, Tom, thank you very much for hosting us all this entire season on Bowling Showcase.
Yeah,
you know, we really appreciate your support, and happy holidays to you and your family.
Yeah, and same to you and the USBC. Thank you.
Now it's time to tell you about some upcoming tournament events so you can enter and bowl against the best. The MDUSBC Women's Series, presented by Hamtramck Singles Classic, continues on January 13th at Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park. This is the 3rd of 5 scratch events designed for women bowlers to hone their skills on keen competition. The MDUSBC Masters will take place on the weekend of January 26th and 27th at Rose Bowl Lanes in Roseville. The cost is $150, with a first prize of $2,500 based on 120 entries. Bring your A game to Rose Bowl and compete against the best MDUSBC has to offer. Call the MDUSBC office at 248-443-2695 extension 105 for more information or to enter or visit MDUSBC.com. Remember, all our tournament information can be found at MDUSBC.com. Now it's time to improve your game with TurboTech Driven to Bowl.
Welcome back to the Turbo Product Showcase. I'm Lori Mraz and I'm here with Chris Sand, our National Sales Manager, and we're here to talk about a cool new product from Turbo called Gamer Grip. Gamer Grip, Chris and I were having a conversation before we started taping. Is it a lotion? Is it a gel? It's really a hand drying solution. It doesn't feel like a lotion, doesn't quite feel like a gel, but it has a real nice feel to it. But it's designed to be used with skin protection tapes.
Yeah, we'll get some calls once in a while in our tech department. I'm having difficulty getting my skin protection tape to adhere to my body. Well, we all know that people sweat more than others. There's different types of climates, you know. You have Texas, hi Carolyn, it's a little bit hotter. So it's difficult to get some of those sweaty people to get that skin protection tape to adhere longer. Yep. A couple years ago, we had No Sweat Get a Grip. We had to discontinue that, unfortunately. A spray, yep. But this is convenient. It's small, a 1 ounce bottle. It's gonna fit in any accessory case. It's gonna travel really nice. But you can just take a little bit. If you're somebody who has sweaty palms, you can go ahead and put it in the palm and spread it all
across.
Not a whole lot
there.
Yeah, or if it's a specific area. If I wanna just put it on my thumb and allow it to dry, then I can put my skin protection tape on after it, and it's going to adhere longer and stay better over a longer period of time.
And it really does. I mean, I can feel my hands almost have like a little bit of a tackiness to them.
Yeah.
Dried out, not a lot, no residue. I'm not really feeling any residue, and
a lot less than rosin.
A lot less than rosin. But yeah, it actually smells good too. But rosin is a good point, because I think as much as you could use this with the skin protection tape before you apply it to get it to stick better, we all know if you're bowling in leagues and tournaments, that you get those nasty rosin bags that are all over the place, on, you know, powders all over the...
Yeah, get it on your clothes, get it in the settee area.
Yeah. So this is another option, even if you weren't using skin protection tapes. I think you could use this with success and to get a good grip and to dry your hands if they're sweaty. So check it out, Gamer Grip. Find it at your local retailer or at turbogrips.com.
Thank you to TurboTech. We'll continue bringing you coaching tips and techniques every month here on Bowling Showcase, so keep watching to improve your game. Time again for a small commercial break, but don't go anywhere. There's more Bowling Showcase coming up next. Michigan State USBC provides tournament competition and recognition for men, women, and youth in Michigan. The championship events for this season include the Women's Championship beginning in February in Lansing, the Open Championship beginning in January in Grand Blanc, and the Youth Championship beginning in March in Granville and Comstock Park. These events are open to all members of the association based on gender and membership. Other events for higher average bowlers include the Youth Masters in November in Battle Creek, the Queens in April in Sanford, the Senior Masters for those over 50 in March, and Masters in April, both in Battle Creek. Pepsi Youth events take place in your league, with qualifiers advancing to the state finals in May in Troy and Sterling Heights. Visit MichiganStateUSBC.com for entry blanks and more information on the Michigan State USBC. Welcome back. One of the highlights of every MDUSBC season is the season-long Women's Series. Now this year, we're also mirroring the Women's Series with a special Men's Series held at the same time. So here we go. Let's look at our first Women's Series event of the season and the first men's event, all from Mayflower Lanes in Redford, right now on Bowling Showcase. The first Women's Series event for the new season was held at Mayflower Lanes in Redford. This is the first of 5 Women's Series events for the bowling season and is open to any female USBC member. 37 women bowled in the 4-game qualifying round, with the top 12 moving on to match play. The day's top qualifier was Lisa Bishop of Redford with 9-12. Julie Oczepik of Vassar qualified 8th with 8-27. In match play, she beat Julie Halstead of Redford 252 to 209. Lisa Bishop 206 to 202, and Jennifer Maples 264 to 201 to advance to the finals. Sandy Schultz qualified 6th with 864. When she entered match play, she beat Brandy Remy of Livonia 269 to 202, and Angela Wilt of Westland 222 to 214 to advance to the finals against Oczepik. In the final match, both women bowled well, but it was Oczepik who won the match with a score of 231 to 192 and claimed the first Women's Series event of the year. Now on the other side of the house, 36 men competed in the first Men's Series event of the year. Darren Alexander qualified 2nd with a 4-game total of 993. And then he beat Drew Klingler 248 to 227, and Leslie Collins 249 to 235 to get to the finals. Dan Pollock qualified 9th with 920. In match play, he beat DJ Rose of Belleville 279 to 257. Top qualifier Brian Odom 255 to 190, and Lonnie Olson 253 to 225 to advance. In the championship match, Alexander defeated Pollock 235 to 222 to win the Men's Series title. Congratulations to Women's Series event winner Julie Oczepik and Men's Series winner Darren Alexander. There you have it. We've come to the end of another episode. We'd like to wish everyone a safe and a very happy holiday season. And remember, starting next week, we'll be showing the finishing matches of our 2018 Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. You won't want to miss a minute of it. Thanks for watching and happy holidays. I'm Mark Martin, and we'll see you next time on Bowling Showcase.